My name is Michael Pitts, and I am honored truly to serve as your Master of Ceremony tonight for this great event. Before we begin, we must do a little housework. Number one, we ask that you turn all of your phones off or on vibrate so that you do not interrupt the lecture and keep it aflow, nor will you wake up your neighbor as they might fall asleep from doing so much education today. Seriously, it is truly a great honor to be in attendance about such a serious topic on today. While many of us may or may not believe in God, we all have chosen to favor information that either confirms our beliefs or hypothesis. This is what psychologists call confirmation bias. We all display this bias when we gather or remember information, either selectively or when we interpret ambiguous evidence as supporting our position. Atheists often accuse Christians of confirmation bias, and they are right in many cases. But the sword swings both ways. We all have bias to some degree, rather than what you want it to be or not. It has allowed you to either miss out on what is right or agree with everything that is wrong. And tonight we will learn how that bias has either hindered or progressed the growth of your faith. Now, for the format tonight, the lecture will be about an hour. Then we will have question and answer from all of you. We will also have comment card passed out during the question and answer segment. So we ask that you please fill those cards out and leave them outside with the ushers. There will be some of you who will not want to answer or ask the questions up front when we have that segment. We have special sheets for you to fill out, and I will ask those questions for you so Dr. Sweis will be able to answer them. Now, for those who's here for extra credit, you will not be able to get a stamp or sign into your class to after the lecture, because we all know you will be out of here. Now, as a man of the cloth, I am convinced that there is one man right now who is qualified to speak on this and many other subjects relating to religion and other ethical issues. He is a prepared, informative, loyal, down-to-earth, and dedicated instructor, teacher, and respected confidant. Dr. Sweis is chair and assistant professor of philosophy at Olive-Harvey Cllege and serves as a tutor in philosophy with Oxford University in England. He has an MA degree from Trinity International University in Christian thought and an emphasis in philosophy of religion. His specialty is in philosophy of mind, which is the subject of his doctoral work at the University of Hull, where he earned his PhD in philosophy of mind in the United Kingdom. His experience entails teaching philosophy over a decade, as well as speaking at conferences, both nationally and abroad, in such countries as Hong Kong, Romania, Australia, and England. Dr. Sweis is the founder of the Socratic project, which hosts debates and discussions on critical issues of our time and address the ultimate questions of life. He has two books, Debating Christian Theism, co-edited with Chad Meister and J.P. Moreland, and Christian Apologetics, an anthology of primary sources co-edited with Chad Meister. He is a member of the American Philosophical Association. Dr. Sweis is privileged to be married to Luciana and is the father of two precious children, Anna Katerina Cosette and Daniel Zacharias. Please stand on your feet and help me to introduce and bring to you our speaker for tonight, our very own Dr. Khaldoun Sweis.
That's quite an introduction. I hope I can live up to it. Thank you all for coming today. It is a privilege to be here and to communicate with you. This is number 12 in our series in the Socratic projects. We've done multiple ones in the past, everything from global warming to terrorism, things of that nature. Global warming one got a little heated. We had multiple of these, so this is in the process of continuing our critical thinking analysis on this area. So I appreciate you being with me, and you bear with me in the process. After I continue what I'm doing here and continue the lecture, there'll be time for Q&A, and hopefully we'll get some feedback from you. So put your thinking caps on. The year was 1992. I was a sophomore at Eastern Illinois University. I took a class on myth and culture. I took it with a professor that was esoteric. He was strange, to say the least. Anyway, the strange ones seem to be the ones who make the biggest difference in life, aren't they? So I took his class. He was strange for a number of reasons. One, he never wore shoes. And he purportedly lived in a cave to save on rent. Apparently he was an engaging professor, but I took his class to learn about myth and culture. That was required as well. And in the class, he said something that altered my life. And I did something that I regret for the rest of my life. He said, this is a class on myth and culture. And ladies and gentlemen, the Bible is a book of myth, fairy tale, and folklore. And I'll be proving that to you. Anybody here who believes otherwise is going to have their beliefs shattered and changed.